I've got this amazing guest coming up. I am so excited about them. When my good friend Kathy Turner called me and she said, I got a company you have to have on, let me tell you about them. She didn't even finish her sentence when she told me what they did. I mean, for Kathy, anything, right? She just had to say, I got a company, done. But when she said, let me tell you what they do, she got a half a sentence in. I was like, can we book them twice, 3 times? Can I give them a half an hour? Because this is not only an awesome product, but a very important product. It's called Caruma, and it's something that you put in your car to make your car safer. We're going to get to it. This is Chris, he's from Caruma.
Hi.
How you doing?
Great, thank you.
Thank you for coming on.
My pleasure.
Thanks for making time for us. I know you're so busy because you were at TechCrunch Disruptive.
That's right.
You've won a lot of awards. You're running around like a maniac. Everybody wants to talk to you. Every store wants to have the product, and everybody wants to interview you. You also got to be at the booth. You're all around, so thank you. I appreciate everybody who comes on set and takes the time, but especially the young startup companies where you don't have 25 people who you could disappear for a half an hour. Right. It means a lot. It means a lot to the Terrifics.
Sure.
And I think coming on set is amazing. So, people are very familiar with Nest these days.
Right.
They then became familiar with Drop Cam.
Right.
You can have a camera in your house. You can look at the live feed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Dash cams are so important. They're so important for safety. They're so important for security. They're so important for being able to really show that you didn't cause an accident or maybe make your driving better. They're also important for insurance companies. Take it one step further. A lot of people are talking about police officers wearing body cameras. Well, that's great that the police officer has a body camera, and I love the police. I think for the most part, they all do a terrific job. I've had some issues with police in my life, like where police get over anxious. I've never been arrested, never a problem, but I see that. But I know a lot of great police officers, and I've also had great interactions with police. I would love to have the ability to have my own body cam, so to speak. Like you come up to my car with your camera, I want my camera in recording you as well. So Caruma is a camera in your car that live streams. It's like a drop cam for your car. Am I getting this right? Am I doing the sales pitch for you? Because I want you to talk and tell us all about it.
If I may. So think of, again, you've got, as you pointed out, drop cam for the home. And so if somebody tries to break into your house, you receive instant notification. You can live view into your home. So this is essentially a drop cam for your car. We've got an outside facing camera and an inside facing camera.
I love this.
So it's 2 cameras. And anytime it senses, let's say, glass breakage or its gyro goes off, it will send you an instant notification, touch that notification, and you're live viewing in your car. You can see if it's theft or vandalism or maybe just the cat that jumped on top of your car. But really what this is a lot more than just a dash cam. This is a computer vision system. And what I mean by that is it's actually got a microprocessor in here. It's got 8 gigabytes of memory. You can actually install apps onto the device, plus Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and it's 4G LTE, so it works as a Wi-Fi hotspot in your car. And what that allows us to do, other than the obvious, let's say, from a security standpoint, is feature detection. So when you're driving, you could do, for example, if you're starting to become drowsy, it can look at your eyes or your eye movement and alert you. If there's a bicycler, so we're working right now with, for example, some developers that are looking to develop an app for this device that would identify a bicycler, and that way it can alert other cars that there's a bicycler in the area. And so
I don't say this to people, I really don't. If I had the ability to invest in a company, I would want to invest in this company.
Thank you.
I really am impressed, and it's so important, and safety is so important, especially driving drowsy, all this stuff. You know that driving drowsy is worse than driving under the influence of alcohol. They've shown studies. Not that either are good, I'm just saying. I'm not saying either one are okay, but when you're tired, you actually have less reflexes and all sorts of stuff. The other thing that is really important in this is that a lot of cars are adding some of these features you're talking about. A lot of luxury cars specifically. They're getting cameras in the front and in the rear. They're doing all sorts of detection if you're sleepy or if you're drowsy, lane departure detection, and all sorts of stuff. But not everybody has a new car, and a lot of times even if you do, it doesn't have these features. I don't have these features in my 2014 car. So you can add these.
So here's a portable unit for $300-400 that could be installed in any car. So even if you've got an older car, you can bring Tesla-like technology into that car. But more importantly, even the new cars that have some of these technology is changing so fast that once you drive off the lot, it's outdated.
Right.
Here's a portable device that you could, buy the next year's model with an additional features.
Well, and
for
we're
example.
here with 2 rental cars. We could bring this and put it in rental cars as well. And
transportation as a service. So think of Uber or, for example, Shuttle. So Shuttle's kind of an Uber for kids. And here's the ability now for parents to, as they get their kids picked up, they could live view into the car and watch to make sure that their kids got home safe.
I got to tell you something. This is remarkable. It's unbelievable, and I think the possibilities are really endless. It never ends.
Absolutely, right.
We could sit here for the next 2 days, which we're going to be here for the next 2 days. I don't know if you have that much time. We can sit here for the next 2 days and give you a case study after use study after idea of what we can do. The one thing you brought up is I drive my car off the lot, whether it's a Mercedes or an Audi or a Porsche or a Tesla. Well, Tesla, they do allow you to update a lot, but most of the car companies don't update. There's no ability to update. So it comes with lane departure or this or whatever. That's really wonderful. You drive off the lot, there's no, I'd like to add an app. I'd like to add this feature. I'd like to upgrade. You can do that.
Even in terms of connectivity, so a lot of car companies are embedding 4G into the cars, but we've seen what happens as soon as they drive off the lot, or 5G comes out, now they can't update their car from 4G to 5G, or even Wi-Fi is changing, it's going from BGN to AC, so we can have that latest connectivity in the cars, and that's
really awesome. So this has 4G in it. Is there another fee for that, or do I connect it to my existing service?
So this is a 4G hotspot, and we're working on that, but right now we actually provide the data, and so there is a separate data plan that you
There is a separate data plan, and I couldn't call AT&T or Verizon and say, give me another SIM card.
Well, again, we're in discussions with the telecom companies trying to.
But you don't have to. You can record the video to it too as well.
So the device you can record video to the device. So anytime you're driving, it'll record on a SIM card.
Micro SD card.
Yeah, exactly. It'll record on an SD card.
How did you think of this?
Well, that's a good question. So I just bought a new car, and I was in California and had noticed that this 18-foot SUV was trying to park into this 14-foot parking spot. And I literally saw him hit the car behind him 4 or 5 times, damaging him in the process.
Get out of there.
Well, no, then he just parked there.
Yeah.
And damaging the car, and not even caring that he had just caused that damage.
Should have at least pulled away and run from the scene.
That's what I would have thought. No, and then I actually saw something similar to that 4 or 5 times, and then started hearing stories about how people were getting broken into and cars stolen, especially again in the San Francisco area. And I just started to panic, like, how am I going to protect my car? I just bought a brand new car, and then I started looking for, like I said, a drop cam type ability for the vehicle. Didn't find anything out there. My background is I did my doctorate works in computer vision system, so kind of took that capability and then created a computer vision system, and literally ended up with Kuruma.
Very, very cool. This might be one of the coolest products I've seen here at CES 2016. Everybody was asking me yesterday, what is the #1 product you've seen here? And I said, I haven't seen it yet. What's the thing that's blown your mind? I haven't seen it yet. I think there's a lot of great stuff here at CES 2016, but there wasn't the standout product that had really thought of everything, and I like that it also has the ability to be upgraded, to add apps. Have you written some apps for it, or is it all going to be developers?
So we have, out of the box, we have some apps written for it. Again, out of the box, the ability to live view into the device, as a security, also a Wi-Fi hotspot, data tracking. So again, think of this as a Fitbit for a car. We've all seen OBD devices that plug in, but they require plugging into a OBD port. And in addition, there was a lot of fear of car hacking and just trying to find that port in general. This works completely independent of the car's computer system. Doesn't require any installations, plug and play.
So let me just get this straight. I take this, all right, and I plug in a micro SD cable, a micro USB cable.
Correct.
Plug that into my cigarette lighter adapter.
Or hardwire to your battery.
Or hardwire to my battery, and I mount this with a mount. I guess you guys provide a mount.
Yes, we do. And it'll either go in the windshield or on the dashboard.
In California, it has to go on the dashboard.
Actually, in California, my understanding is the laws have somewhat changed. Yeah, so if it's got a camera in it, it's for security, you can put it in the window.
Very nice. And would you have a bean bag for the dashboard, or you?
For example, you could have a bean bag with. We actually have a little suction mount that will
for the dashboard.
Right, for the dashboard.
Very nice. So I put this in. Now it's plugged into power.
Right.
you know, hey, I turn my car off, I walk away. Does it have a battery?
It has a battery in it.
And how long will that battery last?
In parking mode, the device will last 7 to 10 days in parking mode.
Wow, are you serious?
Yes, and if you need longer,
you can leave it at the airport.
Right, you can leave it at the airport. If you need longer than that, hardwire it to your battery, and it'll last, you know, much.
Wow.
Months.
And then what about? Could I use it as like let's say a traveling baby cam? If I bought a second one or something. See, I told you we could be here all week,
right?
Because you know, or maybe I just want to see if the housekeepers in the hotel are stealing.
That's
my stuff.
exactly. Yeah. I've got a lot of people saying, "Can I bring this into my hotel and check on my hotel?"
This doesn't weigh much. I can fit this in my suitcase.
Sure, you can. That's not what we designed it for, but we've got all kinds of use cases that people have,
you might have to
come
change
up with.
From Caruma to like Life Rooma.
Right.
Where'd you come up with the name Caruma?
Sure. So it was inspired
It reminds me of like Bart Simpson. I Carumba, man.
Yeah,
You remember
right?
that? He doesn't even do that anymore.
Sure. Yeah. No. I worked on my doctorate degree in Japan, and so it was inspired from the Japanese word Kuruma, which means car. We spelled it a little bit differently, but that was the inspiration.
Well,
so
arigato.
Car Technologies, Caruma Technologies, don't touch my state.
You grew up, you lived in Japan for a while.
So I spent about the last 20 years in Asia between China and Japan.
You don't look that old, so you grew up in Japan?
No, I'm probably older than I look,
okay.
I guess, but yeah.
And what have you thought of CES so far? I know you've been running around. Have you gotten a chance to see any of it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's an amazing event, and you know, it's amazing how the auto industry is really moving from a mechanical base to a technology base, or some people would even say from a transportation base to a software base. So you know, we believe that devices like this are you know, in technology for the cars is a very hot space right now.
It's really wonderful. I'm very impressed. Thank you for sharing this with us and for creating it. Thank you for creating it. I can't wait to not only do a review on it, but I think we need some of these. Like I definitely need one.
If you look at the amount of you know, over 700,000 cars are stolen each year, over 1.85 million cars are broken into, and how video surveillance reduces crime. Korea, for example, they say there's 36 million cars on the road with video cameras in it because it's a requirement in Korea, and it's reduced crime by 50%.
You should put a sticker on it so you could see it in the windshield that says, "Car protected by Kuruma, you're effed, thief."
Well, so it does come with stickers, right, for the side windows, but this LED will definitely keep thieves away. So as soon as they walk up, for example, the LED lights up, it starts blinking in red. It's a very
and then the sticker changes to F off.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Well,
I like
we'll
that.
Have
Yeah, I would put one in the front and one in the back of my car. Could I do that so I could get the dash cam going behind me too?
No. So again, it's got a dual camera, so you literally have a 170-degree field of view in the front.
Oh, right, because it's a wide angle. I'm thinking it's a very narrow angle. My headrests are going to get in the way. No,
we cover pretty much a 340 out of 360-degree field of view. And so you can see right out the blind spots of the windows and
You've
all
thought
the way.
Of everything. Is this good for fleet management?
We've found a tremendous amount of interest in fleet. I originally was thinking for consumers, but the amount of interest we got from fleet has been overwhelming. And you know, one of the things I haven't mentioned is it's got a button on here with, let's say, OnStar-like capabilities. So think of it as an emergency call button.
Wow.
And whereas other services, all they can do is come on with voice, we can have our operators actually live view into the car,
which is great in an accident because they can.
Yeah, precisely.
I was thinking that as you were saying that they can live view and they can give the ambulance. You know, if you're unconscious, they can give the ambulance driver a heads up of what's going on, what they need to get out.
Yeah, precisely, and then think of just the concerned parent, you know, who's lending their car to their teenagers, and the ability to live view in, or even do two-way calling now between you and your teenager. So you can get an instant notification if he's accelerating or geofencing or reckless driving.
Well, you didn't have this when I was 17.
Right?
Wow.
But you know, in addition to that, just for example, using the feature detection, if they start texting on the phone, we can identify that they're texting on the phone and alert the parents, as an example.
Wow.
And that's becoming a major problem.
I love that.
Yes.
It is a major problem. We all need to put our phones down while we're driving and stop texting. And that's why one of the things I'm so big about is I loved at North Hall and in the Las Vegas Convention Center, all these audio companies that are saying, hey, we've got a head unit, we can replace your head unit even in a leased vehicle, really easily, simply, and quickly. You pop it out, you get the rear view camera, you pop this in, you get the rear view camera, you get all these features, but you get CarPlay or Android Car, so that we can all be safer on the road, and we're not putting our phones like this, driving, we put them down, even to make a phone call, it will then do that. So I love that they're doing that, and people are starting to realize maybe, hey, even if I have a leased car, I can pop that out, my OEM out, put in whatever, and pop it back out without doing damage, and put the OEM back in and return the car.
Yeah, and on that note, the device uses hand gesture recognition.
Yeah.
So we imagine the ability perhaps to work with Apple, AutoPlay or Google CarPlay or Google Auto, and actually can perhaps control some of that through our laser here that does hand gesture recognition.
So, we could make it like Vegas too. So if I don't want to take the call, I'm gonna I'm gonna hold.
Right.
And if I want to take the call.
Right,
hit
me. Yeah, exactly.
I
I'll have to remember those hand gestures,
there you go.
right? I hadn't thought about those, but what we have is the ability to wave your hand, for example, and instantly send a video clip to your Facebook.
Wow.
So next time somebody cuts you off or you see some cool event, all you have to do is wave your hand, you instantly have a video clip on Facebook or in the cloud. As
That's
an example.
pretty awesome.
Sure.
This is this is the thing, is like we could talk about this for days. The possibilities are endless. It goes on and on.
That's the problem. It's a multifunctional device, and I'm just constantly thinking of new ideas and new ways to add value.
It has
to the
GPS
driver.
in it?
It does have GPS in it.
So with fleet management, you could track your drivers
Absolutely.
as well.
Yep, your driver's speed, your location, again, even whether they're texting on the phone or falling asleep or over speeding, any of those fleet management type tools.
Caruma.
Yes.
I like it. This is Chris from Kuruma. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
That's a wonderful, wonderful product.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Wow. Thank you for coming on.
Sure.
I'm Michael Artsis. You are the
pleasure.
Terrifics. I hope you're as excited about that as I am. I know you are. I don't even have to, I hope. I know you are. We'll be back with a whole lot more. Your live continuing coverage from Las Vegas, Nevada, the CES 2016 show. We are an official media partner, and you are the Terrifics. This is BeTerrific. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this.